Okay, I think check. Am I on and audible like okay, so I think we are now officially online. Um, yeah, um, hello people and welcome to season 3, round 8, the third last round of this LOS season. We are here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. Thank you, Gosalia, for informing in the TRCRL chat that it is indeed LOS season only. Yeah, there was a long wait there for people to get out of their pit boxes. We are obviously at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia, in the Spanish region disputed, but we'll call it Spain for now. But anyway, with waffling about politics aside, buongiorno, chips. That's the wrong language that goes around here. But yeah, region that would have brought, I think, uh, fans of another sport like me much pain throughout their lifespan. But yeah, here we are to race some Formula One cars around this circuit as we see Jets spin off into the gravel trap. But yeah, what I was gonna say before, it's just round 8 now, the LOS season, and as I expected, Yash Gosale here, the man who could win the World Championship tonight if he outscores Ahif by 14 points. Um, not a big sum to. I mean, it depends on your interpretation of this, but to put it into more layman's context, he's leading by 46 points. If he has a lead bigger, even at 60 points, he will end up winning this season's championship because no one after this race will be able to match his 4 race wins if he gets a bigger than 60-point lead on RF. Yeah, so that we could see the championship wrapped up here. So just on context, if he wins, then Ahif needs to finish in the top 4. I think if he's second, then Ahif needs to finish in the top 8. And if he's third, then Ahif needs to just finish in the points, which is the top 10. That's simplified. And for Yash Gosalia, the only simplification is purple sectors that he gets. It is just me. Tonight as your commentator. Hopefully, a certain someone else joins, but I don't think so, given I haven't been in contact with the man since in the past. Like he's gone 0 dark 30 on me, basically. Ghosted me, like any good Tinder date should end with a cheeky ghost on the side. But enough about uh, my solitude. And on the Yash Gosalia now, he is finishing up his lap. Oh, and yes, there is a chance that, see, I am lobby host this week as well, so there is a chance that this stream might die and the lobby might die as well at any point. So congratulations, Cody, for not being able to run a competent system within your games. As Yash Gosalia goes and absolutely smashes in the 17-7 that beats Abhishek's 19-3 that was just said. So Gosalia really starting to hammer them in right now. Now Redstone in the Alfa Romeo, trying to get across and do his lap. Of course, qualifying is kind of important here because it is a notoriously difficult track to overtake, and as they have been throughout the season, Ahif just goes second fastest, just behind Gosalia. I mean, if he has any hopes of winning the title now, he will need Gosalia to have a few bad days, and he will probably need to win every race until the end of the season to give himself the maximum possibility. But this is league racing. This is a Codemasters F1 game. You never know what could happen. The Redstone now smashes that 17-7, does 17-5, and Gosalia will not be too pretty pleased at seeing his time knocked off. The board Oxide has an 18-0 and his teammate Easy Level does a 19-0. So there is already quite a big gap here between P4 to P5. So A lot of people need to step up and look at Caesar. Just showing just how much he really cares about qualifying, going out on the hard tire. We haven't even seen a medium from anyone else, and the man is on our tire runs, as the team says. Um, Meanwhile, let me spotlight Mohammed Gunnar. I think we all know him from F1 2021, don't we? He'll be happy his nation just progressing into the T20 World Cup finals. Hopefully, we can do the same tomorrow. Tomorrow, yes. As long as Malav Masi doesn't say anything in this stream, we should be a-okay on just a pure sporting aspect. After, if he says something, then it's down to I don't even know who. But yeah. So I'm following Mosquito now. Luckily, he was able to join this lobby, and a couple of newbies in Kabir as well, who is in the pits right now. We're just waiting for him to come out. Just Jishnu does a 130. I just assumed that he crashed and burned on that lap because that is way below his potential, way below anyone's potential, really. So 130. But anyway, here we go. Caesar in now the darker shaded Alpine. This is the cooler Alpine, as they like to call it. Some people say it looks worse. I think the one thing it looks better. As Caesar has a wicked slide off of that curve at the end. What? Oh my God! If that's a way to sandbag, then ladies and gentlemen, I that's the first I'm seeing of it, as he violently thrashes his car across. This isn't pre-season testing in Spain, so there's no reason to actually sandbag. Unless you're just like one of those people who just never wants, unless you're living up to the league's name, really. In which case, it's fully welcome, but do it in more creative ways than just losing your car right at the end. Make yourself a cool kid. As Jishnu now is finally on a real lap, I think. Now rounding out the last few corners, what can he do? He will come across the line. Pardon me. To set a 18.1, which takes him to P5, but not near any of his compatriots right now. A bit ways away. 2/10 is a lot on this track. It is a small track, so I think a 2/10 gap is like worth 4 to a half a second on any normal circuit. And I see Yash Gosalia now has medium tires on for some reason, even though he's already done his lap. So this is some master plan levels where they think the medium tire is faster than the soft tire. Kinda a la Mercedes in Portimao or something. Um, but as Mohammed Gordon says his first lap of the session, that puts him in P12. So there have been, okay, and somebody who was, I think it was Mosquito who just did his lap. So he goes P7 and then 18.7. 13 people have done the laps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pardon my bad math. Have done this many. Can you join the race, or do you mark your attendance, Harshi? Because if you didn't, then I can't legally invite you. Um, so how is it show that there's one sec? Um, let's see what's happening now. Quite a lull on track right now. The qualifying so far has been fairly straightforward, plain sailing. Kind of like the weather here, and Yash Kosale is out on mediums, so I don't know what's the ploy here. Maybe he's trying to set up for a race run. Does he really think that the mediums are faster than the softs? We'll see. Ahif and Oxidize also on their outlaps. Redstone, I think Redstone is about to start his hot lap. Yash Gosal is already starting it. Redstone just a few corners behind. Alpine, I think that's Caesar should give Gosalia white berth there. He does. We move into no invite to server. I thought that was done last week. Let me go ahead and do that right now, Harshi, so you can start racing from in the future. Um, Oh, okay. I have sent you the invite to the server now, so I do apologize for that. We clearly did say that we were going to invite you last week, as Oxidize has crashed out. Uh, right at the exit, right at the entry, sorry, of the turn two, as Fernando Alonso pulled off a brilliant overtake some 10 years ago now. Yeah, so I do apologize on that, Hershey. I thought that we had invited you, but evidently we had not. So yeah, I apologize for that. Yeah, that was a big L on our part. But you were in the server from last week, so no issues right there. As no one seems to want to improve right now on the lap, it looks like Redstone's not improving. IH's improving marginally, so not much track evolution has occurred. And when you see someone like Oxidize crash out, it clearly shows that the grip level might have actually gone down, maybe. Considering that he did make that through in his first run, but I have now completely shoots out my theory by going 3 tenths quicker, and that's a purple middle sector right there. Meanwhile, Jishnu is on his outlap just now, so he might not make it for his final run by Jishnu. So he's gonna have to be banking quite a lot on that run as Ahif is about to finish his lap. What can he do as he comes across the line? Go on board with him. He goes and does a 17.4 to put himself on provisional pole. Um, Rhyming accidentally. Um, Yeah, he needs his results now. I mean, he kind of needs fate to intervene and maybe mess up a bit of Gosalia's races, but um, yeah. Sorry, chat, if my mood seems a bit dour right now. I've just seen a message on the Discord from an individual, and that has I don't know what to say really. Um, Let me just switch over to Jishnu doing his hot lap for your for your enjoyment from his onboard, because I just yeah. I hope you guys are enjoying this Jishnu POV. What can Vishnu do meanwhile? As I have been watching along, he goes and does a 17.6, which was in P3. Redstone's about to start his lap now. Mosquito comes across the line, goes P6. Um, and just bear with me a moment. Chat. I need to invite a certain person to this lobby. Yeah. Um, Redstone starting. He's on his lap now. I saw a car there. Hopefully that Williams didn't hold him up too much. He is in pole hunt. I think I should be going out soon enough. What is this first sector from Redstone? He was and he's a second off. So yeah, he has backed off of that one. Jishnu will be trying to hurry it back into the pits. So will Mosquito. Abhishek's on his outlap now. Um, as I am now finally joined by the man, the myth, the legend. Um, is he a legend? Chat, I mean, I don't know. A truth has been. Um, yeah, I do apologize about that, Harshi. Had I been informed that you were not, that you were not in the server, even after last week when we spoke on chat, then I would have invited you. But yeah, do accept. My apology because there's really nothing much I can do for it. I think Vishnu will be able to come out again. Ahif is still waiting. If they wait too long though, they might not be able to get both cars out. I think he needs to go and he has gone. So that is actually perfect timing from Haas. Why did show me the Red Bull pit garage when I expected Jishnu? Is this like some trades of the tape or something? As Yash?
Buongiorno, guys. Oh
Yeah.
wait, it's Spain. My bad.
Yeah, it is Spain. Vizcael Smith. Um, Hopefully, what you were doing before was that you've joined late was a completely productive activity that requires 100% of your time, and
I've
as we
been
watch,
saved because LOS. I know about it. What's
as
up?
we watch Wicket Wiki, one is lap. He does an 18.3. Um, what what else is happening right now? Yash Gosalia now through sector 1, he's 10th and a half up. He will be the first one of these guys to set a benchmark because the restaurant's invalidated already. So he's ruined 4 consecutive laps in a row. I hope, Smith, that you've been able to join the session or are in the process of
I
joining
have.
because...
I am in the lobby. I am following Gosalia, and
Okay.
I'm also checking our chat. I mean, Harshi's asking if he can
Yeah.
join. He got an invite. So
Did you
yeah.
know? Did you know that he wasn't invited into the session after last week? Because we had like into the server. I thought he was part of the server last week. That's the only reason I remember this entire conversation. Meanwhile, we watched Gosalia rip it through sector 3. Now coming in through the final few corners, he was tied into the last chicane. Very easy to lose your car there. As we've seen in the past, I think Mosquito, I think that's in the pits though. As Yash Gosalia goes, he doesn't get pole. He's 9,000
Ooh,
short. But look, I am also going to be able to set a clean lap. Look at that, there's a Mercedes ahead of him that spins ahead of him and he's forced
the easy level. Ah,
back
that's I
out. I don't
think.
know how that's even happened. There's like a minute left here still. How they weren't able to make the gap on track. What can Jishnu do? Um, can he help his teammate by
Uh,
making a gap? He's starting his lap now, so I am not going to improve unless he can get back to the finish line from this point with 7 seconds left. I don't think so. It's really Jishnu and Wicket Wiki, the teammates of the men fighting for the championship. Wicket Wiki is down in sector 1. So here we go with Jishnu. He's 9,000 off of his time in sector 1. But I think he has margin in the middle sector from what I've seen of his other laps. It is sunny now. Oh, I think there's a
oh,
wicked
bit of a
moment.
snap there. Yep.
Yeah. What do you think? I mean,
Shrikant retired. Ah, that's
as Caesar
unfortunate,
in
but
all of that went P4. So that man's sandbagging prowess knows no bounds. He was on hard tires earlier, in case you missed it, Smith. And Jishnu, he needs to improve at like the barest amounts to get a top 3, but he's down. He's 50,000 down. No, not surprising considering he had that wicked moment on the steering as Mohammed Gunnar went P9 in all of that. His country's progressed to the finals,
all
and
comes
he
down to
seems to
this
be
final turn
celebrating.
for
And he comes down to this
Jishnu.
final turn for Jishnu.
And there is
And
a
there's a
car
slow
ahead.
spin. Oh my God! That was the AI of Wicked Wiki.
Oh, Wicked
Uh,
Wiki.
uh,
No, no, no.
oh no! Can't.
What is Anton doing there? I have no idea, but
No, these are the
um,
AI cars now, so they don't move. They don't move out of the way. Because what happens now? What didn't used to happen before? Before you could control your car going back to the pits even after the timer had hit 0. But for whatever reason now, Cody's doesn't let you take. As soon as the timer hits 0, you lose control of your car. So there's really nothing that the
yeah,
Wicked Wiki could have done in that scenario. Um,
that's
but
gonna be a
in
special case and
yeah, that has got
towards
to be a
inquiry.
straight. I don't really know why Cody's has done this. I don't really know what people were doing before, and that was like so malicious. Like it's such an unnecessary change. But I digress. P1 for Ahif on pole. Yash Gosale in P2, 8,000s the gap. Redstone in P3, Caesar in P4, 6,000s the gap. Chishtu in P5, but what could have been on this one? Oxidide in P6, GRLs in P7, Wicked Wiki P8, Mohammed Gunnar P9, representing Anton in P10, Abhishek P11, Indik P12, Easy Level P13, Shrikant P14, Abhi P15, Kabir P16, and URL Pradeep, the only man to not set a time this time around. So that's Normally we have like 7 or 8 stragglers who like don't set laps. On a regular basis, it's been happening. So luckily, everyone has chosen not to follow the CR7 route, as I'll call it, and actually do qualifying this time around for our sake. Um,
I
but
hope
yeah,
Harshi is able to join, by the way. So
yeah. But I think he did join. But what are your thoughts on that? Jishnu collision right there. I'm speechless. I am speechless.
I mean, it's unfortunate. Of course,
Yeah, it is
he
unfortunate. It's
never
even
realized, but at the same time, if it were me, I would have moved to the right, honestly. So
no.
I don't know why Jishnu stayed there.
Yeah. I think he just
The
was trying
car
to end
clearly
the
wasn't
lap.
ghosted.
Yeah, he's trying to end the. Also, yeah, Codis, if you're gonna have people lose control of their cars, why not just make the cars ghost? I don't. Can you explain this gaming studio's um decision making, Smith? I just
I honestly
because the
have
cars
been,
ghost in the race when this happens in
yeah.
like a really long race when everyone finishes like a lap ahead and then the leader is there, like the cars ghost, so they don't ghost in qualifying, only in the race, which I don't know. And as we go to task selection screen, we have an incredibly spicy thing here because we have IF on mediums, Yash Goswami and Redstone on hards, and then Caesar, the mad lad, is on softs.
Caesar and
From
Easy level 2 guys on softs. I mean, definitely he's gonna get some crazy
yeah,
pace.
he's gonna get the, oh,
Uh,
as Jishnu, okay. As Jishnu spins there, trying to get temp into the tires. Hards for Jishnu and oxidize. Then there's a medium wall from 7th to 10th, all on mediums. Abhishek's in P11 is on hard, Indix on mediums, easy level on softs, and another small yellow wall, Shrikant, Avi and Kabir on mediums, and then Yoral Pradeep is on hards now. So he's completely changed his beat, and Caesar, who normally always is on hards, is now on softs. So
I guess
yeah,
he's going for softs to
yeah,
hards,
but
just looking for an early safety car, maybe.
yeah, but it's a role reversal here. And look at this. Ahif is on this back straight. When you have URL Pradeep who hasn't even rounded the slow hairpin. So I don't really reckon. I think I reckon what he's trying to do is trying to do a fast formation lap so that Gosalia and Redstone's tires will be super cold right at the start because they're on hard, so he cannot lose out. But then you have Caesar on softs here, so I don't really understand this tactic because you have Yaran Pradeep who has just begun this straight, and IF is like already almost at the end of the lap.
Yeah, this is something which I personally follow when I'm on pole, which
And
it barely
URL
happens,
Pradeep,
but yeah.
and URL Pradeep is taking it out. He's taking the piss out of it now. Look at him. He's not even rounded to the last sector.
This
Everyone's
is
at the hairpin
this
now,
is
pretty
Lewis
much.
Hamilton in Brazil
Yes.
last year, but yeah.
As what's happening with
It's
the
good that
Kadir?
tire temperatures don't drop down because of such things while you're waiting for other guys to
Shrikant
rejoin.
just as there's a lot of people now, and somebody's going to visit the gravel trap even. That was Jishnu, I think. As Redstone disqualifies himself right at the start, that's not going to be good news, especially considering that the guy behind him is on softs.
I mean, he has a history of disqualification, be it race or whatever.
Yeah,
Sad
but
for him.
finally now,
I
like
hope he
after
finishes.
5 years since the grid was assembled, um, two, three,
Unfortunate. Harshi
five,
couldn't join,
red
but here we are.
lights. Okay,
All
lights
right.
out and away we go.
Out and here
Okay,
we go.
now we're
Oh, what a
Caesar,
beast of a start for Caesar. Oh
absolute
my
beast of a start.
god.
But wait, I see a Mercedes of Oxidize just hit the barrier right at the beginning of this, and Caesar now leads. Meanwhile, Gosalia's gotten ahead of Ahif from that race start. And that is very crucial in terms of the context of the championship.
That's
Meanwhile, his
one
teammate
of the
Wicket
Ferrari.
Vicky and
Wicket has
Oxidized Race
spun.
have just spun around. They've created a smoke cloud at the back right there. Anton and Shrikant just pulls off a double move. Meanwhile, Index trying to go around the outside of Shrikant. Can he get the move done? There's
Oh,
contact
there's a
and oh,
Shrikant and
Shrikant
Indik and
and Index giving
Shrikant going side by
going
side.
sideways.
That's a contact that could have been
It could have been disastrous.
bad.
That is still side by
Yeah,
side, so we
no
shouldn't
one.
rule anything. But they're still side by side, and no, finally, they get
Yep.
they get through the whole ordeal right there.
Or do they?
Meanwhile, Abhishek's trying to get a move done. You look at that straight. No one's following the conventional racing, right? Because there is no room to follow the conventional racing. And meanwhile, Anton has just worked his way up now. A lot of positions. Then Mohammed as Kabir.
No. We have first. What happened
He's,
there?
I think he's lost traction
I
on
think he's
that.
traction.
Yeah, I think that's a
Yeah.
virtual safety car for now. Meanwhile,
Yep.
I was just about to point out that Mohammed Gunnar is in P5. This is like his first race. And do
Yep.
you notice the big gap from P5 to P6 in one lap? From Mohammed Gunnar to Jishnu. They are in
Definitely a
different
huge
galaxies
gap.
already. And I think someone like Caesar, he will be looking to get this gap up as much as he can. In order to ensure that he can come out in clear air, because he will have to pit earlier than everyone behind him, save for easy level bot, who is also in that pack. So yeah, I think Caesar he got the jump that he needed, and Gosalia got the jump that he needed, because I think he knows that Caesar is in a much different race right now. And you have Ahif in P3 who needs to really outscore Gosalia by huge amounts now at this point in the season. And he's behind him right now on the worst tire, because he'll have the tire offside later on. So he'll have to pull off an overtake here. You have Redstone in P4 who has come out of the entire thing somehow. Mohammed Gunnar, so far probably the MVP of this entire thing. As I should look for.
Oh
And
no,
oh
no,
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 why
no.
do I say? Why do I say things? Why do I say things? Oh no.
That was unlucky. But that was a long ass safety car. I mean, a
Yeah, that's
VSC.
a long VSC. It was literally almost a lap, and you can see that it's really caught out. Yes, Gosalias, ooh, he had to check up on the brakes right there. I have now got side by side. So now Redstone Derp to also have a go at him. I'm trying to look at the angles. I have decided to back off. As Mohammed Gumanar pits, you can serve it like immediately, and he decides to do that. But with the pace he has, I think if we have like another few stoppages, he might still be able to work himself back into some decent positions.
Should be able to, I believe.
Meanwhile, easy level
But
bot as well. The soft
Caesar
tire
is
strategy is
just-
really proving to be a success right now, because even easy level is in P6 now. He started 13th, and he goes, look
Yeah,
at the grip
going on a
difference.
move
Look at the
on
grip
Jishnu.
difference. And Jishnu smartly covers it up now. These two have had a lot of incidents in multiple leagues across the past week, and pretty much all of them have resulted in both of them ending up into a gravel trap. This circuit has no shortage of gravel traps. So let's see.
Yep.
Hopefully they come out of it clean this time around, but I think
Yep,
Gosalia
that
is trying to
DRS,
back
does
up.
he dive? He dives and there's a slight contact.
But
Pushes
how
easy level a
can-
bit wide,
can he-
but then.
But easy level can't do anything. It's the circuit not
But
wide
look at
enough.
that. GRL Mosquito has caught up with them and all
Yeah,
that.
this is the downside. And easy level needs to make the overtake fast, because he needs clear air to really build gaps. Now what's happened to
Oh,
Shrikant?
Ahif almost losing it, which gives Redstone.
Redstone. I think that
Yep.
was Gosalia's plan, wasn't it? He was trying to back up Ahif into Redstone. Now
Yeah,
will
and
Ahif
easy
be able
level
to?
on Jishnu.
Yeah, finally
Easy
makes
overtake.
the move.
Yep.
Easy overtake for easy level, but he's gone a bit
Easy.
deep. Immediately, Jishnu gets a chance to re-enter the picture. He could try to go around the outside, but if he's not too
But look at the
careful,
grip.
if he's not too careful, he could end up getting this position stolen by a Mosquito who's looking very opportunistic right there. And of course, if they're not too careful, they can end up having the Mercedes
Wait, what
2016
happened?
incidents.
Is that Abhishek's?
Yes, that is Abhishek. I think he's had a spin. It is an easy corner to lose your car in now. In lesser downforce. It's a long sweeping corner.
But
Meanwhile,
look at the
Caesar-
DRS train from P5 to P10.
Yeah, and I think this is Caesar's plan, isn't it? Really, I mean, he's just trying to make sure that every one of these guys fights each other, which will inflate his gap on softs. Because he has tire advantage, but of course when his tire advantage starts to fade, they will start to catch up to him. But if they keep fighting, they will not be able to catch up to him. Caesar is like 10 seconds ahead of easy level, which is playing into his plan nicely. Meanwhile, these guys are just stuck in a DRS train now. Jishnu has lost the DRS from easy level.
Easy
Meanwhile,
level.
Mosquito and Anton might be going at it in a few. Meanwhile, Indie Gamer and Wicked Wiki are going at it. How is Wicked Wiki already in P9? He was spun around right at the beginning, and we have not had like a full core safety car. So he must be driving. We must be moving mad right now, as the kids said.
While I guess Jishnu is on hard tires, but he, I believe, is running a bit of lower downforce than easy level because he's catching
But
up with him
the
on
one thing
straights.
I'm seeing on these guys' steering wheels, not for Redstone, uh, they're running very little fuel, and this circuit drinks fuel. They
Yeah.
will need to be wary of that, especially if there's no safety cars. And this circuit in real life is notorious for not having safety cars.
Oh,
And
Redstone
meanwhile,
spun.
no
No, no,
Redstone
no.
spun. Oh no, that is a bad moment right there, and that really takes him out of contention with that group. But I must say, the gap is so big between fourth and fifth that he's still in P4. And
Yep.
what did Ahib do right there? And Ahib now, this leaves him to challenge Yash Gosalia uninterrupted. I think Redstone's had one too many spins this season in order to be challenging for the title. He definitely has the pace for it, but you go back to cases like Abu Dhabi, where he spun on the last lap in the last sector from P2 and stuff like that. Look,
I'm looking at Wicked Wiki on Anton. They're
Wicked
side by
Wiki and
side going
Anton
into
now
turn one.
Wicked Wiki is
Oh, that's
moving
really close.
mad here. You remember that he was backwards around
Yeah.
turn 2
Yeah.
just 5 laps ago, and there's been no full course safety car. It was a virtual, so he would have to keep the same gap. So he has caught up like that, like a flash, and at the pace he's going, he is, I think, right now the fastest man on track.
I mean, definitely looks faster.
He
I'm
is
just
cutting
quickly
through the
gonna
field, and
check.
you never know if the way strategies play out, he might be in this podium fight. Look, he's already caught half a second to Mosquito in 3 corners.
His average is 122.5 per lap on medium, so that's looking quite
I
decent,
think
I believe.
only Caesar can maybe, and Ahif maybe can, but Ahif is DRS. Wicked doesn't. And DRS is worth quite a lot on tracks like these because you naturally, everyone will have to run quite high downforce in order to deal with this track. As Ahib now is trying to close in on Gosalia, he's not close enough. He has like a slight look as Wicked did a 20-1 around, and you can see Caesar's tires are slowly losing a bit of steam, but I think he'll be informed that Ahib and Gosalia are going to begin battle soon. So I think the
Yep.
longer Caesar can extend his soft tire stint, the better of a position he is in later on in the race. As
Yeah.
I really should just stop speaking because the Wicked has kind
Is
of catapulted.
Oxidize and Shrikant
Oh wait,
lapped
there's a
already?
yeah,
Shrikant
they
has
have been
spun.
lapped. Shrikant has spun. Yeah, and
That's
Oxidize is behind
unfortunate.
Shrikant, so yes, they have been lapped
Yeah.
already. I don't know how Oxidize has been lapped already, and Shrikant has been disqualified.
DSQ, Shrikant.
Yeah, so but that's not going to be a safety car
That's
because he was DSQ.
unfortunate.
I think he just didn't turn. I think he turned the car too much. As yeah, hopefully that's not a safety car. I don't think the game calls the safety car for DSQs. At least it would be very stupid if they did. As Wicked Wiki now closes in on his next victim, which is Mosquito, but he has the DRS of Jishnu to keep him in play. And look, oh, what's happened now? This is a safety car for no. And look, Redstone, he just spun and he's been able to pull 5 seconds. As what's happened to Mosquito? Mosquito spun! No! Oh, and he has no wing as well. What's happened there? I really don't know, but I'm on to my point. Redstone spun and he's already 5 seconds ahead of easy level. What's
Mosquito.
Oh, Mosquito! That is,
So
I
he
think this is,
disqualified. I mean, he DNF'd
No,
because he was going into the pits and his left tire touched the wall.
yeah,
on the
I
left,
believe there's
the
a
pit
I
wall.
believe there's a clip for that.
Yep.
In the archives. I think we all know what we're talking about. Just search it on Discord. Give solid.
on
Abhishek said
Mohammad Gunnar.
Mohammad Gunnar. Let's go around the inside, and he does get the overtake done. Redstone DNF.
No. Why?
no.
Why? This
And that's
guy,
a big
I have.
And that pretty much saves
Absolutely.
Caesar, doesn't it? Because he
Yeah,
gets the pit
Caesar
out.
and easy level, they are safe. I mean, now they can just carry on with their
But I honestly shouldn't act that surprised that there's 20 DNFs anymore. I mean, it is kind of becoming. Uh, we don't want it to become a regular occurrence, but it is kind of becoming a regular occurrence nowadays. Um,
Yeah.
Will goes.
I mean,
I mean,
this reminds me of
goes
Oxidize as well.
and I have pits.
Ahif Pits, okay. Maybe he's planning to.
And Caesar definitely going on hearts. I think.
Yeah. There
No,
is
those are
no
mediums.
other
Those
way.
are yellow balls. You see on his. No, those are white. No, he must have forgotten to change it until like very late on. So I think Caesar can comfortably go till the end. Now, if he comes out in like P3 or P4, it is really might be curtains for the rest of the grid because yeah, he comes out in P3.
Yeah, that
That
is
and
played
Ahif's
really
out in
well.
P4, so I think that is a smart move from Ahif because he, at the very least, with like only taking strategy into account, is guaranteeing himself a P2 here. He spins coming out of the pits.
Wait, who? Ahif? Oh
He
no.
spun coming out of the pits. Luckily, it
But
didn't cost him position. It didn't
yeah.
cost him
Oh my
position.
god.
Oh my god, it's,
Pradeep's car was so much. Like there was so much
yeah,
gap that he couldn't
yeah.
even catch up with that.
Do you
But I
think?
feel bad for Oxidize Rage, who is
Yeah, who has been lapped,
caught
so
up.
he cannot do
Yeah,
anything.
can't unlap.
He will probably just
Come
have to
on,
pit in
Cody's.
order to. Yeah, why can he not unlap it? Although I say this, they might horribly end up breaking the game if they did.
Oh,
Loser,
wait,
what's
what?
happened?
Gosalia let Oxidize go, and
But he can't overtake the safety car.
that. Yeah, I mean, firstly, why would he let him go ahead? And
Yeah,
secondly, like,
he's
what did
acting like as
Oxidize
kind of a
think?
buffer, wasn't he? Unless he doesn't want the other guys to have DRS. Uh,
Wait, if you're in lead, can you overtake safety car? Because he just did.
I don't know whether you can. I mean, the game
Wow,
doesn't,
this is
and
new.
he's really far behind on the safety car. So if he starts getting penalties, he might get disqualified by the time he makes it around. You can
No, I
glitch the
mean,
you can glitch the game to make it think like you're ahead of a car or not. So if they did that, uh, then that it is possible to do it.
no, so, okay, no, what I feel the theory is since he was the leader of the safety car,
Yeah.
right, safety car thinks that, okay, he's the last person and not the actual leader. So, safety car will give the command that, okay, you might as well overtake me.
That's
And
how you basically that's how basically you choose the system in this game.
yeah.
Cause there's like a slight window between where it tells you to pass the other car and to stay behind. And if you can glitch the game into a window, you can theoretically overtake everyone during a safety car. So I think that's what they've done right. That's what he's done right there. Very easy to get
I guess this
penalized
should
doing the
be
glitch.
one of the thing which we should include as well in the game, in the
Yeah.
league.
I
Like,
really
just
don't
let
know. I
the
really
car
don't know why
unlap.
Cody just doesn't allow lap cars to pass under safety car. I don't. That's
Yeah.
I,
I mean, this is something that we can talk
yeah.
about later, but
Meanwhile, Ahif, his heart must have been in his mouth when that spin happened. And I once again say this. I think the main contributors to Yash Gosalia's championship have really been his rivals because you look at it and they've had chances to win a lot of the races that Gosalia won, but through like one thing or another, they've just not done it. They've let him win like so many. It kind of reminds me of the real life title fight when Ferrari actually had the competitive car and they were just letting Verstappen win like every race, despite having a faster car. Um, and that's almost happened. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again. So Ahif, Caesar, Ahif, and Easy Level and Wicked Wiki again
Wicked Wiki, come on, lovely.
are in a very good
Yeah.
position. So are Anton and Abhi,
Oh,
indie gamer
wait.
who's on softs.
Gosalia left the session. I want to quickly invite him.
Yeah, hopefully the safety car doesn't come in. It won't come in this lap. So
I can't invite. It says it's already there. So
but let me try and invite him. Um, hopefully he can come back because that would be very anticlimactic.
and in
Uh,
all that, Oxidize, I
I can
believe,
invite.
should be able to catch up with the safety car.
Yeah, and I think he has got it. He's basically there. By the end of this lap, he should be. Why is indie gamer being on softs might be an underrated strategy here because there might be carnage. Now that would cause another safety car.
I mean,
Um,
that's a risk worth taking, I would say. Maybe he's waiting for another safety car.
yeah, and we're already down to just 13 runners here. So at some point, it's gonna end up going to, if you finish 90% of this race, you would probably end up scoring points. Um, will Jishnu
Gosalia,
let
I don't
Ahif?
see him.
I
I
did
think
invite
he
him.
had
I
a power
did
cut,
invite.
maybe.
I
Okay.
did invite him. He suddenly went offline, so which leads me to believe he might have had a power cut, but I hope that's not the case because I mean a certain league director would say 33 is an unlucky number, so maybe it's the curse is striking Gosalia. Safety
Yeah,
car in
safety
this
car
lap.
in this lap.
That's
And
not good news.
Oxidize has caught up. I mean,
Yeah,
he's gonna catch up
and
definitely.
he's
So
gonna
that's a good
he's
news
gonna
for
have
him.
heated up tires. He's gonna have warmed up tires compared to
Yeah,
everyone else who's on cold. So he should be
yeah.
making a lot of movement
But
right
there's a
now.
soft tire car ahead of Indic Gamer, so let's
Yeah,
see what
let's
happens.
just wait and watch. I'm gonna watch on Caesar's POV here because he is technically in P2 now. Gosalia can't be joined.
Yeah. I mean,
J-
technically he's P1
yeah,
because
technically he is
Jishnu
P1
Yash
because
are yet to pit. I hope Yash car doesn't just randomly go into the pit right now.
it doesn't. That's good,
Yeah, I
and it
mean,
doesn't like
AI is
randomly
stupid at
stop
times.
on track.
Oh, wait, Gosalia car kind of did catch up Jishnu in all that.
Yeah, just trying to get do the temp
Yeah.
strat. IF is doing the temperature strat and still catching up to Caesar. Meanwhile, Abhishek's on URL. Pradeep
Abhishek's on
goes round the
Pradeep,
inside and he gets this move done.
gets
He
the move
needs to
done,
make
yeah.
up a pit stop to easy level and wicket wiki, so he needs to hurry it up now.
Yash Gosalia's
Meanwhile,
AI
easy
is
level.
really quick.
Yes, Yoshikola is
Oh,
back and
Gosalia's
his AI is
join,
still
Oxidize has
leading as Oxidize has
spun.
spun. So all of that catching up.
Ah,
It is on 60 AI, by the way, so I think they should be able to catch up to him. Of course, the
yeah.
AI don't need to actually heat up their tires; it's just automatically done um, for them. So that's perhaps the only advantage
Yeah, I
Gosalia got,
believe
and
that's
he is
what's
back
keeping
in
him up.
control of his car now. Um,
Yeah.
I think that's still the AI driving. I think from this, yeah, now he is back in control of his car. And
He
Jishnu
is.
is really slow. He is lost a second to Gosalia. And I think if Caesar overtakes him, I think I will ask him to move aside because he needs to. Meanwhile, Yash now, his AI has given him that 1.3 seconds, and now he's gonna take full advantage of the 1.3 seconds. He could,
Yeah.
he will be on fresher tires later, so it's not all over for him. If he can build up a decent gap to someone in this midfield, like the likes of
Oh my
Abhishek, if he can
god.
be,
I am looking at Gosalia's steering wheel right now. I think it's the only hard tire which is on 90 plus right now, the temperature. As other cars are still on 85, 86. So I guess that is what is playing for him.
yeah,
The
and
AI
I,
did warm up the car.
yeah, and I have a
Oh
wicked
no
Vicky
no
has
no, wicked
won.
Vicky.
No, I think he's avoided any structural damage to his car. From the looks of it. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing. When Indik versus Anton, and they go, and Anton goes again as there's a cloud of smoke, like we're in like Naruto or something, and someone's run through it. I don't know what that was, but yeah, look at Kosalia's lead now. Everything seems to work right for him. The AI. Taking control of your car, perhaps the only time that it's like really viable after the safety car restart. But Jishnu is really struggling though. Like he is losing a lot of time now. And if Gosali can build, as I said earlier, like a 7 or 8, like 9-10 second lead on the likes of Abhishek or someone, by the time he comes out, he could still finish on the podium realistically. And that's without counting the fact that there might be another safety car. DRS enabled now. And I mean, they won't have it here because it's enabled on the next state after Ahif is trying to go for a move on Caesar. He cannot get it done.
He cannot.
But is he asking Jishnu to back Caesar up? But is that really smart? Because they're letting Gosalia really run away with it. And if he's
It's
not,
not exactly gonna work for them if he's asking Jishnu to back Caesar, because Caesar anyways is gonna have DRS on him.
yeah,
He
and
will catch
Gosalia
up
in
with
all of this is
Gosalia.
now 3 seconds ahead. So he keeps
Yep.
increasing the space of his pit window, Gosalia. And who's to say that he might not he might build up a gap of like 10, 11 seconds by the time they're through. And Jishnu also has to pit. And by that time, he will only have to catch up like 8 or 9 seconds, maybe, Gosalia, on fresher tires when they'll be on one hards. So that's why I said don't rule out like a podium or something from Gosalia still, especially considering the pace that they're going at now. He's pretty much half a second faster than Jishnu per lap. I think this should be the fastest lap of the race coming up from Gosalia, and I am correct.
Yep.
It's 20.9, and Jishnu has done a 21.9. That is
Huge
not
gap.
that's
One
not what
second.
they need, and I think I'm not one to ask for like sacrificing races and stuff, but they clearly might need to at some point. Ahib and Jishnu are in the same party. Caesar and Jishnu are our man, our resident man, our Sir Grewal, giving us this information. One
And
sec,
in all that, Indic overtake Muhammad. So,
let me just check the constructors championship.
and I guess Abhi spun, which gives up
Yes,
the
he did.
position
Yes,
to
he did.
Windic, Wicked, and Oxidize.
So in the constructors, it is a 28-point gap between Haas and Ferrari. Wicked right now P11. He's not scoring any points. Second and fourth right now for the Haas boys would leave them with 30 points. They would gain 5 on Ferrari, which is 23. No Alpha Tauri representation here tonight.
No, Indic, there is one.
No, but it's Sandhu's the full-time driver. The full-time driver,
Okay.
not Shadi. So there's no Alpha Tauri representation tonight. So I think Alpine should, and by Alpine I mean Caesar, should overtake them in the constructors. As Ahif now is really close on Caesar. Caesar pushes into the
Caesar,
grass. There was a
oh.
definite lift right there from Ahif. You heard it, I think.
Yep. That reminds me of the classic race, which I believe was between Schumacher and someone.
That was between Schumacher and Barrichello in Hungary, yes, where he was pushed all the way to the pit wall. And I think that might be something Sid Venkatesh, negative cry about it guy, that we might have to look at, because that looked interesting. But then again, I'm a humble commentator, so don't take my word for it. Meanwhile, Jishnu really needs to pick up the pace, because Gosalia is streaking away right now.
Yeah. Easy level, really close to Pradeep there. He might be able to make the move one of the corners if he's maybe on this straight as well.
It's good news for easy level, isn't it? Because even though he's stuck behind, because there's really not been much movement from Ahif and Caesar, Jishnu is really holding up the pack right now. He is very much in like P4 right now, and with others might not be able to catch up to him. As Indic now is on softs behind. Both of them. As Gosalia extends his lead to 5 seconds. Jishnu
look at that grip by easy level on Pradeep.
Oh, nice one. Much gets the move done, and that looked much more like, but that looked very obedient there from Pradeep. He really wasn't fighting it, and you can see his light blinking. I should mention that it is quite a high ERS usage circuit. What's happened?
I guess Abhishek's.
Abhishek's. Okay, that was funny because he broke his wing after. I think I know what must have happened. I think he must have hit the wall, but then when he tried to reverse back, he would have needed to apply some front throttle to it, and that's a safety car. That's a safety car
because of what?
I have no clue. But
some stupid debris.
Oh my god, that's gonna mean that Yash Gosalia can just pit and come out like before.
Jishnu, Gosalia, they're gonna pit. Indic is gonna pit. Wow, this is played so well for these guys.
Abhishek is gonna pit.
I mean, he has to.
I just don't know what to say because there was literally a guy crashed out earlier and that was a virtual safety car. And for debris, we have a safety car now. So they're really making up
Wow.
their minds. Jason will pit. Caesar and Ahif stay out.
I hope Jishnu doesn't get a drive through. I mean, 5 seconds.
I think Gosalia
Okay.
will be on mediums now. I think might leave able to be. I think I should make it to the end. Will Caesar and Ahif make it to the end? Because their hard tires are going to have like 20 something laps of wear by the time they're done. And Yash Gosalia comes out in P5.
A lot of these hard tire guys are pitting as well who did pit recently.
Yeah, so I think they've
Like
just
Wicket Wiki.
decided that perhaps it's
To
better
go on to mediums?
to go on to mediums than like really want hards at the end. Of course, Caesar and Ahif can't because they're in the lead, so can't really do anything with that. But Yash Gosali is P5.
Yeah.
He has to clear 4 cars and he's on mediums as well. So, yeah, it's interesting now what they will do, but in my opinion, it definitely looks more favorable for Gosalia now than it did, and it looks favorable for him in regards to him stealing the championship as well, because he's not just the only guy on mediums. Pretty much these 4 ahead are the only people on old tires now. Everyone else behind is on the fresh side.
I mean, sometime back they were on fresh tires, and now
and everyone was on their old set, but I still don't understand why we have a safety car, because earlier when Kabir crashed, that was a virtual safety car when he was literally on track, and this was debris.
Yeah, I mean, it did make sense earlier why not a safety car in a VSC, because all cars did kind of, past him, and it was gonna take another lap for them to, again reach to him. But right now, just with the debris, there was no point.
Yeah, trying to judge Cody's internal logic is oxidized gets 3 seconds.
3 seconds,
while he was while we're under safety car.
And he has a decent gap as well, so maybe he was pushing the car.
Who is gaming 10,701? Please reveal yourself, because you seem to have some good opinions right there. Unless that's just literally Azun chatting with himself.
Is that Jin? I believe that's Jin.
I would consider both either Jin or just Azun chatting with himself, or PSI Legends, because as you know, he is in the mood of making alt accounts nowadays. But yeah, I mean, there's really not much more to talk about. If it stays the way it is, then obviously the championship will go to the next race, which is... Nah, I mean, I always keep forgetting this calendar, but in all fairness, I have to remember like 7 calendars. Like
you let Pickerby do the thing, then this is what happened.
Yes. Monza is the sprint race, and then the finale in Austria. It's a sprint race as well. Normally that has been Yash Gosalia's bread and butter, but Ahif will need to make the best of it. If the championship goes that far, of course, anything could happen right now. That we don't know. So it could be a 50-point swing in the championship either way. But yeah, on that, Caesar can still keep the championship going because he's only 8 points behind Ahib. He's 54 points down on Gosalia, and he is keeping it going right now. But for him it's less favorable. Of course, that's why I keep mentioning Ahib, because he is the closest.
I really don't remember the point table at this point, even though I'm the one who kind of takes.
Anyways, let's see what Caesar does on the safety car restart. He's slow, and he goes. But Ahib, I think, got that scouted. Easy level got much less. He really got caught out there. Meanwhile, Yash Gosalia on Anton Hypers. Will he make this move immediately? As Ahib trying to go on Caesar, they're going side by side through turn 1. So are Yash Gosalia and Anton, but they both drivers back on.
Anton did kind of lose his car, which
gives Yash Gosalia free position right there.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Jishnu and I think that is Jishnu now trying to make a move on Anton. Meanwhile, easy level goes really wide. Yash Gosalia Gosalia's already up to P3.
Gosalia already into P3. I thought easy level is gonna give him a good fight,
And
but that
look
is
how
not the
close he is
case.
to Ive immediately. And the rate he's going, meanwhile Caesar has really gone away again. And meanwhile Jishnu and Anton trying to fight each other. You would
Yeah.
think since they're in the same team, they would have like similar setups. As that is definitely a track extension for my brother. Meanwhile, Gosalia trying to go around the inside. That we saw how hard it was for Jishnu to get his tires fired up. Is that going to be the same case for Ahib? It's something he can't afford now. Really. Because he has Jishnu and Indik behind as well on mediums, not just Gosalia. As Gosalia is really closing in as
Oh,
Oxidized wins
something happened to
again.
Oxidize. Yep.
Now on to the back straight. Now I think Gosalia should be smart enough to not use his battery. Clearly, he should. I think he should realize that he has the much better tire right now. Because from the
But
inside,
he
meanwhile Jishnu and
looks
Anton trying
like.
to going and
Ooh.
they're going side by side. Both the title protagonists going side by side, and he gets the move done. Does Gosalia? Now he chases Caesar for P1, which
Yeah.
is gonna drop. This stomach's gonna drop, isn't it? If it looks so comfortable for him, at least P2, just like 2 laps ago, and then safety cars just changed it.
Yeah, I mean, Gosalia, my man, just caught up like 4 places in 1 lap,
And
which
in
is
all
really,
fairness to
really
Gosali,
decent
he
for him.
has been an absolute demon since putting on these medium tires.
Yeah.
The speed at which he's made up positions. You look at Jishnu, and he's still unable to get past easy level. Meanwhile,
Already caught
Gosalia
up
has,
5
and
tenths in this one
he's
sector.
already caught up to Caesar. I think
Yeah.
Caesar. Do you think this medium turn would wear out by the end? I have more
They
important
kind of
things to
would.
do.
They
We know
kind of
Azunia
would
have more
because.
important things to do. You don't make fake accounts. That is true. Meanwhile, what's happened to Pradeep? The yellow flag right there. DRS enabled. He won't have it
I
this
have
time. There's
already
Gosalia.
not under DRS, so
Yeah,
that's there.
and meanwhile, Jishnu was at easy level, catching up to each other, and you can see the ERS in like big bolts, and you can see the ERS like blinking already, which doesn't really make much sense from Jishnu's perspective because
Oh, Jishnu.
these
Oh my
two,
god, oh my
these
god.
two have had like 7 incidents between them now. Including this race, you start to go around the
Oh my
outside. You remember
god.
Magnussen and Hamilton in the real life season. As Jishnu does get the move done, but there were parallels to that move right there.
That is hard racing. Too hard racing, I would
Meanwhile,
say. But
Gosalia for the first time will have DRS on Caesar, who launches his car now. They go onto this like short straight. There's nothing that can be done there. They both brake and both make the corner. I think he will try once again on the back straight. No movement from anyone really. As Wicked Vicky, who has been able to catch back up with it, that is the safety car work for him. It is going to get overcast now, so the tires will have lesser heat in them. Lesser tire wear now, crucially, if it's overcast. But look at this, look at Yash Gosali, he's almost cleared him by the time before they even hit the DRS zone. And Caesar has no option but to settle for the moment. We don't know whether those tires will start losing their mojo by the end of this race. What's happened to
I guess that's
Abhishek
who spun.
Yeah, that is Abhishek who has spun. Well, Indie Gamer, Wicked Vicky, and Anton Hypers. They've been joined at the hip, pretty much Indik and Anton, since the beginning of this race. But Wicked Vicky once again does go around the inside, and he gets the move done. That's a smart overtake right there as he tries to pull out one on Anton as well. But
Anton as well.
Yeah, he just might be tempting fate a bit there. But now Ahif needs to overtake Caesar at the very least.
I believe if Caesar keeps it under DRS zone of Gosalia, it's going to be really difficult for Ahif, honestly.
Yeah, and I think Gosalia knows that as well. So I think he started to just like back up again on Caesar, because he knows that if they both are in like within his DRS zone, then if there's no overtakes, then it's better for him, and he can conserve his tires now and then just save it until the end when he might actually need to push like 4-5 laps. We are on to lap 23 of 33 now, 24 of 33, and look at Gosalia. That is the fastest lap by quite a margin, but the fact that Caesar and Ahib didn't lose that much time, which leads me to believe that even the hard tires are starting to come good now. Because if Gosalia does a 20-0 and they barely lose time, then that pretty much means that they were doing pretty good laps. And look at Jishnu, he's lost like a second
Oh,
to
look at
Ahib
Wicked Wiki on
on that
Anton
lap.
Hyper.
Look at
Wicked Wiki's got
Wiki.
some
He
crazy grip.
he does not need DRS. He can just. He's been plying his trade pretty much at this corner, the infamous 2016 corner, the whole day, pretty much. Trying to make moves through here. Now finally, I think Gosalia's broken a second. I don't know why it keeps showing me these cars at like a different sector of track when I expected them for like half a second, and then it switches. Which, I mean, takes much more effort than to just like unlap cars under safety cars. So I don't know, okay, that should tell you what Cody's priorities is, right?
Wicked Wiki.
Oh, Wicked Wiki had to come jump. But look at how much Wicked Wiki is gaining on the straights. What wings is he running?
I think Wicked Wiki is kind of gaining on the corners and not much on the straights.
No, he was really closing in on Anton on the straights right there. On that straight in particular. Because Anton had DRS and he's literally almost pushing Anton through this space. Anton, he's not gonna have much to defend with here because he doesn't have DRS, and Wicked Wiki passes him quite cleanly there. And now he makes his way up to easy level bot on those hearts.
And Wicked Wiki out of battery.
I think he should be able to recover it though by the time he gets to the next car. And since he always has DRS, he necessarily hasn't really had to use his battery all that much. It's a hard tire runner as well.
Yeah, I mean, but Wicked Wiki is out of battery. That's what I'm saying. He has a superior grip in the corners and not on the main straights, because even under DRS, Anton was kind of keeping up with him.
Maybe he was just really burning his battery trying to pass those vehicles. Compared to the other ones. But anyway, easy level versus Wicked Wiki, next car up. He's really giving us overtakes like every lap, and he's definitely increased the entertainment factor of this race like tenfold. But Wicked Wiki is having a really good season, isn't he? Because you could say this has been a very bad race for him considering how many incidents he's had, but he's still pretty much in the top 5.
Wait, how has Caesar caught up with Gosalia and he's under
I think Gosalia might have made an error because it was like 1.2 and then it became 8/10 all of a sudden, especially in that last sector. So either Gosalia is not pushing right now or Caesar has found something in the hearts. He was trialing them out in qualifying. So maybe as Wicked Wiki now trying to close up to easy level bot. I think Wicked Wiki, the reason why he's used so much of his ERS, I think he knows that realistically he's not going to make up this like 6-second gap to Jishnu. So this is pretty much the last position that he can really fight for. And he needs to get the overtakes done quickly as well before his tires wear out.
Yeah.
But Caesar is keeping pace now with Gosalia and